Okay, so I'm, you know, I hate it when I get excited about doing something and you forget to videotape. But this is a Honda 2006 Odyssey EXL RES. The RES stands for Rear Entertainment System. It's got the leather package. It's got the little DVD and all that. But anyway, the power steering pump on these guys go bad, and there's a couple of different O-rings that go bad, and then eventually the pump starts to leak from the what's happening to mine right now. It's leaking from the little drive shaft on the power steering pump. So anyway, it's got about 134,000 miles on it, and I use it. It's my daily driver. You know, we bought it brand new, so we bought it brand spanking new, as some people say. But anyway, getting it out is not very hard. Definitely, I've kind of loosened this guy right here. There's a screw that goes right here. Maybe y'all can see my finger. Let me move this up just a hair, and that way y'all can. I think that's a lot better right there. I loosened this screw right here just to give me, so that I can move this. There's God, I can't. It's a tension pulley, I believe. There's a 19 millimeter that you use on that, and I have this big old long and a 19 millimeter. Now, the best thing to do is to this hose right here. I know you guys can. It's kind of hard to see it, but that hose comes from the reservoir here. It's best that you take it off, and then you move this forward. You move the pulley, and that'll take off the belt. Now, the actual pulley on the power steering pump, it's best to take the nut off while it's in there, and you can shove this in, and I'll show when I'm tightening it how you stick this through. It goes up against the, what do you call it, there's a motor mount over here, or a block, and then you can loosen it, and it's not very hard. Now, you do have to have, I believe it's a 19, this is a 1/2 inch gear wrench that I use. It's a 19 millimeter, and that's what you use to break it. And all you do is you kind of just break it in there, and then you can actually just with your hand just unscrew it, take it out, and then it just makes the job a lot easier. I definitely took out the oil, okay, because I'm going to put new oil. So I take out what I can with it. It's kind of like a big syringe that I got. And then I start the car to get any of the fluid to come back up in here, and then I take it out, and then that's what I've done so far. Okay, I'm going to do some cleaning right here, but okay. So anyway, I'm just going to stop right there for now. Okay, so this is the old pump, and typically, what starts to happen. Or I can just tell you from experience with mine, there's an O-ring in here, and eventually the O-ring gets hard, and it starts to leak from here, and so that's the first signs that's the O-ring. The other thing too is the hose that comes here to this guy right here from the reservoir, because it goes in here and then it goes up through here and it goes out to the rack and pinion and then it comes back. This hose with time gets hard and it starts to leak from here. So it's kind of, the first time I started seeing a leak, I cleaned this really well. I ran the car, and then I stuck my hand, and the first time it was down here where it was leaking from right here. Then put it back together, put in a new O-ring and all that, and then it was about a month later it was leaking again, and I figured out it was leaking from right here, so I just put a brand new hose on it. Now what's happening is right now it's leaking from right in here. I know I've kind of cleaned it, but this is where it's leaking from, and it's typical. I think Honda at one point recalled these And all they would do, because I know, because it happened to me, is, oh, bring it in, we'll check it out. And all they did was I had the car there, and about 2 hours later they call me, and the guy says, oh, it's good, you know. And I said, well, okay, what did you guys do? Did you replace it? He says, no, we just checked and make sure it wasn't leaking, and turned the wheel, and it's okay. Didn't even replace it, okay? And so now it's I think they went from a 36,000 3-year to 100,000 miles, and I was at about 80,000 miles on it. And I should have just complained to them and said, look, man, just replace it, but I didn't. I'm not that type of person. Anyway, so the original Honda remanufactured cost about $345. Today is December 23rd, 2021, and I'm off. I'm a teacher. I'm off for about 2 weeks, and I figured I'm not going to, you know, try and order it, and then it doesn't come till after I get out of, you know, vacation and stuff, and then what if it goes bad? So I'm just going to go ahead and replace it. So what I ended up doing was I just went to, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack from a buddy of mine. He's also a car aficionado. I just went to AutoZone and bought, this is $145 with tax. And you know what? I'm just going to slap it in there, and hopefully it works. So now it comes with these covers here on this guy, and it comes with a cover there. Yeah, don't pull them off until you're ready to, you know, to actually put the hose, the upper high pressure hose, and this hose on there. You do have to put some fluid in there to get it kind of primed and stuff, and hopefully I'll show how to do that. So anyway, this is the new one. Yeah, made in China, you know, like we sold our soul to China. But anyway, that's where I'm at. Okay? So. Okay, so I'm back. My OCD kicks in, and I'm definitely going to clean all the grease off of there. And the reason why you want to do that is you put in the new one, and then you want to find out if the new one's leaking. Then you're going to see, and you know, you can use these blue towels to get whatever you can off. But these guys right here are really good at taking off almost anything. You don't want to use those on paint. So I'm gonna do that here in a bit, just kind of clean out what I can, and then I'll put the new what do you call it, power steering pump in, and hopefully I'll record that while I'm doing that. All right, be back in a while. Okay, so I've managed to clean up the stuff in here, and here's the new pump. It takes 2 screws, kind of goes in this way, one up here, one down here. I'll have to go figure out the torque specs here in a bit, but anyway, you kind of squeeze it in through here, like so. Get my screws up here, my bolts right. Put that guy in. Light was shiny right in the face. Okay. Put this guy in here. The other one. Guy goes right there. Yeah, it's kind of hard for you guys to see what I'm doing, but the bolts are kind of hidden way down in here. But I'll torque them down here in a second. I'll have to go get my torque wrench. This on. Alright, I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so it turns out that these bolts that hold the the power steering pump in are 24 newton meters. The two up here that hold the high pressure are 11, and then this main bolt here, actually y'all can see that, this one that holds the pulley, that one is 64. So we'll start with the one on top over there. So this is the 12, 24. Alrighty. And wow. Go down to 24. All right. That's it for that one. I gotta grab the other one. That's it for those, and I'll set it to 11. We'll come back to that in just a second.